Okay guys, let's go ahead and look at how to find slope. So on the first side, you were finding slope from points. Now keep in mind over on the right, here's a reminder of the 3 ways to find slope. So we've already covered from a graph where you look at rise over run. So right now we're looking at points, which is you use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And then the third, a table, which we'll be looking at on the other side, which is change in y over change in x. So let's go through some of these. Number 1, let's label our points. We have x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 is 9 minus y1, which is negative 20, divided by x2, which is 9, minus x1, which is negative 5. Now, we go through, we work it, negative minus a negative, so that being a plus plus, minus a negative, plus plus. So 9 plus 20 is 29, divided by 9 plus 5 is 14. That does not simplify, so that equals slope. Moving on down to number 3, okay, looking at our points, x1, y1, x2, y2. So 13 minus negative 2 divided by 8 minus negative 5. Minus a negative, plus plus, plus plus. 13 plus 2 is 15. Divided by 8 plus 5 is 13. That does not simplify. So m equals 15 over 13. Number 5. x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's 8 minus 17 over 7 minus 10. 8 minus 17, that's going to be a negative 9, divided by 7 minus 10, that is a negative 3. Now, we can simplify this. Negative 9 divided by 3, or negative 3, that's going to be a positive 3 over 1, which equals 3. So m equals 3. Number 7, we have x1, y1, x2, y2. So 1 minus 1 divided by 4 minus negative 12. Okay, minus a negative, plus plus. 1 minus 1 is 0. 4 plus 12 is 12. To do 0 divided by 12, that's going to equal 0. And keep in mind, if you graphed this line, it would end up being a perfectly horizontal line. Let's look at number 9. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. So 3 minus 9 over 0 minus negative 15. Minus a negative, plus plus. 3 minus 9 is negative 6 divided by 15. Now, to simplify, I can divide by 3. I can divide by 3. So that's going to be negative 2 divided by 5. So negative 2/5 is our slope, or m, for number 9. Okay, so now let's look at the back side. Now we're finding slope from a table. So you've got to do change in y over change in x. So we're going to go through the odd side to determining the slope. So first, change in y. To go from this y to the next y, that is plus 5. To go from 10 to 15, that is plus 5. To go from 15 to 20, I have to go plus 5. From 20 to 25 is plus 5. from 25 to 30 is also plus 5. So that means the change in y is 5. Now, let's look at the change in x. To go from 0 to 1, that's plus 1. 1 to 2 is plus 1. 2 to 3 is plus 1. 3 to 4 is plus 1. 4 to 5 is plus 1. So the change in x is always plus 1. And then that simplifies to be 5. So the slope is 5. Let's look at number 3. Change in y over change in x. To go from negative 5 to negative 2, you have to plus 3. Negative 2 to 1 is plus 3. 1 to 4 is plus 3. 4 to 7 is plus 3. 7 to 10 is plus 3. So our change in y is always positive 3. Now, change in x. 1 to 3 is plus 2. 3 to 5 is plus 2. 5 to 7 is plus 2. 7 to 9 is plus 2. 9 to 11 is also plus 2. So change in x is always 2. 3 over 2 does not simplify, so the slope is 3/2. Number 5. Change in y first. To go from negative 6 to negative 2 is plus 4. Negative 2 to 2 is plus 4. 2 to 6 is plus 4. 6 to 10 is plus 4. 10 to 14 is plus 4. So our change in y is 4. Now looking at change in x. To go from 3 to 0 is minus 3. 0 to negative 3 is minus 3. Negative 3 to negative 6 is minus 3. Negative 6 to negative 9 is minus 3. Negative 9 to negative 12 is also minus 3. So our change in x is minus 3. So the slope is 4 over negative 3. Now let's look at number 7. Change in y. Every time to go from 0 or to go from 4 to 4 is 0. There is no change. So each one of these has 0 change. So that means our change in y is 0. Now let's look at change in x. 0 to 1 is plus 1. 1 to 2 is plus 1. 2 to 3 is plus 1. 3 to 4 is plus 1. 4 to 5 is also plus 1. So change in x is 1. Now we simplify. 0 divided by 1 is 0. So again, if we would graph that 0 line, that would be a perfectly horizontal line. Okay, go ahead and finish up with doing the evens.